Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. I'm on my way to pray. So, I was talking to a person earlier today, and we were talking in regards to someone that had been, um, I believe they started entrepreneurship or what they thought was entrepreneurship, and they're from the hood. Like, let me just be real. They not from the hood. They from the streets. The real streets. And proceeded to tell me, okay, what was going on. And one of the things that I realized, even growing up in the hood and seeing street dudes, real street dudes, not these monkeys out here doing whatever they doing, a lot of times what be their downfall, especially um, when it's that season for them to pretty much give up the streets, is they be having the wrong women around them. They be having the wrong girls around them. Whoever be their girl at the moment, multiple girls, whatever the situation they be in, they just be around the wrong girls, one. And then two, they be around the wrong environment. The thing about it is, when you're in that lifestyle, you have to have the mindset that, hey, I only have two possibilities. I can either go to jail or prison, or I could end up dead. That's the only two possibilities. There's no way for you to be in the streets thinking that you're going to live comfortably, or, I mean, your money may be comfortable, but as far as your mind not going to be comfortable, right? You're not going to sleep at peace, not for anything in this world. So when you get into that lifestyle, you have to have the understanding that, hey, I'm going to have these two possibilities. I'm either going to end up in jail or prison, or I'm going to be dead. And if you have that mindset, like, okay, these are my two possibilities, then okay, that's your lifestyle. That's what you want to do. But the minute, and this is for any dude, the minute you don't have that or you don't have that hunt to kill, or you don't have that, pretty much that edge to say that, hey, I could have these two options. I could either be dead or I could be in prison. You need to get up out the game. Straight up. You need to get up out that lifestyle. Like ASAP. Because now you letting your guards down, and you shouldn't let your guards down. You should not let your guards down at all. You want to be in the streets, you want to run in the streets, you shouldn't let your guards down. And what many street dudes do, they start to let their guards down, or they get around the wrong individual, the wrong girl, and they let their guards down. And then they wonder why things is happening. Because, baby, it's time for you to do a career change. It is time for you to do a career change. And a lot of times it be with the women they be with. Because I've seen dudes where they're trying to get out of the lifestyle. They don't want to deal with it anymore. Their guards is down. That's what they're not saying. They can't sleep good at night. They looking over their shoulders. But it's not the normal, oh, I'm going to look over my shoulder. It's the, man, I'm super paranoid looking over my shoulder. Not the normal looking over my shoulder. That's what they're not saying. So they get tired of it and they want to do something, but they don't know how to, especially if they have been doing it since what, middle school or high school. They probably don't know anything of it. And what do? They get with another knucklehead that not using their brains. They get with another knucklehead that's not using their brains whatsoever. All they're worried about is how they could look good in front of their friends, how they could look good in front of their families, how many kids they could get up out of this situation so that they can, whatever, make it seem like they're living a good life, but they're not. And a lot of times them dudes get with that type of person. A person that ain't using their brains. Not at all. The person that's not going to encourage them to say, hey, listen, all you got to do is switch the game. That's all you got to do. That's all you have to do. So if you that street dude and you're like, okay, well, I want to get up out this situation. I'm not moving how I'm moving before. I don't have that edge anymore. I don't have that edge anymore. Then it's time for you to reevaluate not only your environment, but reevaluate the person that you with. Because I believe a lot that sometimes when you're in that situation, the person that you with can either help you get up out the game, or they can either help you stay in the game. And if you're trying to get out the game, but you got someone that wants you to stay in the game, or you have certain things that you done put on your head where you feel like you got to stay in the game, what you gonna do? You can't change that. You cannot change that woman whatsoever. If her head is to be in the streets, if her head is to buy Prada, Louis, Chanel with your money, that's all she gonna be good for. If she's not willing to go to school, if she don't want to go to school, or she don't even have to go to school, to be honest. Some of the most brilliant and most successful women I know, they didn't have to go to school. They were true hustlers at heart, but they were hustlers on a different platform. They were hustlers on a different spectrum. There's some women that can be hustlers in the workplace, yes, but then there's some bomb women out here that are hustlers by heart, getting it out the mud, and they don't have to work. They just know how to tap into that business idea, that business strategy, to be able to say, okay, I'm going to do a different strategy. But if that girl, or it could be dudes, I'm going to that's a story for another day. I done seen some stuff, but if you with that person and all their mindset is how they look to people, how they care more about how other people look at them, they care more about, they used to be with a person, right, they was the it man, they was the plug, they was the one holding stuff down, and now all of a sudden the plug don't want to be the plug no more, and they want to change. They should be able to pivot with that if they really, if they have it in them. Again, if you're a street dude, you can't put that in the girl. She already has to have that. You can't put in her that her mindset needs to change. She already have to have that. You can't teach her, to be a hustler. She already have to have that. She already have to have that grind, and she have to have that ambition. And just because she a hustler don't mean she's ambitious. She just don't. So you have to categorize. So it could be your old lady, it could be your girl, it could be your baby mama. If you trying to do something and they not on that, what are you doing? What are you doing? You got to get yourself from that situation. Your environment. The minute you feel like something is telling you to switch up, switch up. Because you're going to be somebody else's dinner. You are going to be somebody else's dinner. We are getting into some times where they hungry out here. They real hungry out here. And if you don't have the mindset, well, you can hang with those wolves and you can hang with them and with those bears, then it's time for you to switch it up. It's time. It just takes one step. It just takes one step. So whatever business ideal it is, whatever strategy it is, my thing is, if you a real street person, you would already know how to work in this business world. And I'm gonna just be real with you. If you a real street person, if you a real hood dude, and you was really getting it out the mud, not this finessing nonsense. I'm talking about get it out the mud. I'm talking about jump out of prison, jump out of jail, and you worked your way up with what you had. If you a real hustler out here, it's the same thing. Being on the streets and actually working for someone or doing it's the same thing. Different language, different codes, different books to read. That's it. Different different product. That's it. The same way a person on the street, you could spot a lick on the street, you could spot a lick in the corporate world. And it's kind of how I speak to my husband. Same thing, different names. The thing is, do you have it in you? Do you, or do you believe in yourself that you have it in you? That's the biggest thing. Like, do you believe in yourself that you have it in you? A lot of people, they don't have nothing to lose. They don't have nothing to lose. But if you start having stuff to lose, and then you're like, you get real sloppy, it's time for you to get out. You can't be sloppy. Not now. So it's two things. If you have it, if you have something to lose, there's plenty. And then you may have something to lose, and you love the streets. This not for you. This is not for you. I'm talking about the ones that are getting sloppy. I'm talking about the ones that they want to go to sleep at night. I'm talking about the ones where they're slipping. I'm talking about them. That's who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ones that don't want to ride around with you know what. That's the ones I'm talking about. You don't feel like riding around with it no more, then it's time for you to look at a different game. It's time for you to switch up environment. Number one way to start switching it up, decrease the amount of friends you're around. The ones that you know for sure is gonna start saying, "Oh, you weird, you acting funny," all that. Those are the ones to start with. Numero uno. That's it. Start switching up the places you go to. That's it. Start from there. And then you need to start believing in yourself. Pick up a book. If you can't read a book, find a podcast. Find an audio book you can listen to. You listen to music all day. You listen to all these people on the radio, on Pandora, on Spotify. You listen to all these so-called trap dudes that's really not trapping, don't know what a trap is, don't know how to spot a trap, don't know how to spot any of this stuff. So you listen to them all day. You could surely listen to audio to just better yourself. I recommend Miles Monroe. Believe in yourself, King. Just believe in yourself. That's all you have to do. Believe in yourself. Start believing in yourself. And when you start believing in yourself, it starts to change your outer appearance. I guarantee you. It starts to change your outer appearance. I could tell the difference between a guy that has low self-esteem and a guy that have high self-esteem. I could tell the difference between a guy that really cares about how they look, as far as not the goals, not the dreads, but just how they look, how they present themselves, how they carry themselves. I could tell the difference. And it starts within you. You can't expect a person to come and save you. So if you feeling like you one of them people, you trying to get out the game, start with believing in yourself. Stop listening to half these rappers, half of them punks. Let's just be real. They punks and fags. I said it. I'm not even a big rapper type person, but I just said it. So minimize them and increase Finding things to believe in yourself. And that's for people that don't have nobody around them. Like legit don't have nobody around them. And change your mindset. My last thing, if you don't know what business to do, whatever the case may be, look into a trade school. If you got the money, look into a trade school. There's some trades out here where you could make just as much as money as the money on the streets. That's what they're not telling you. They're not. That's why a lot of these so-called street dudes get into scheming. But they're not street dudes. You're just a stealer. You're a thief. And if we would just call you a thief, you would understand that you're not street. That's it. But if you don't know for the time being, let's say you don't know what you're good at, right? You just don't know what you're good at. You're good at making money, but outside of that, like pinpointing certain things, right? Finding a business that you could be good at. Look into a trade school. Sign up for a trade school. There's plenty of courses. There's plenty of colleges or schools where you could do your GED if you don't have your GED. Look into the trade school. See what GED they will accept. Most will accept GEDs from accredited. So just make sure that the GED where you're getting it from, the trade school will accept it. And then find a trade that you know. Find a trade that you could get jiggy with. There's some welders out here making mad bank. Welding. Just welding. Making mad bank out here. And I think some of the welders, they get to travel. I believe so. Get into electrician. Get into plumbing. Oh my goodness. Plumbing. Those people, they make so much money. Those plumbers. I'm talking about something that they'll fix something in 30 minutes and charge you $300. Is that not a lick? How is that not a lick? That's a lick. I don't know how else. I don't see it any other way but to say it's a lick. 30 minutes, $300. Sometimes more. So, King, if you ready to get out the game, if you feeling like you've been slipping, you don't even have to say it to no one. Just work on yourself, right? Work on yourself so that you could get out the game, because these streets is hungry. And if you're not ready to put all 10 toes on the plow, on the ground, then it's time for you to get out. And straight up. If you know for sure, if you know deep down in your heart, the only reason why your baby mama's staying around, the only reason why your old lady's staying around is because you're able to prove to her that you could spend $40,000 on a birthday party. You could do all these purses and whatnot. You could do all these extravagant gifts or whatever, but you don't even have a life insurance plan to show for nothing for you or your jits that you got with her or don't have with her. Then it's time for you to just get to it. I'm here to encourage you, King. Y'all geniuses. Y'all more smarter than a lot of these people out here. And you could do it too. You can do it too. But if you don't have the environment around you and you know you ain't got the environment, man, get away from that environment and level up, King. Level up. That's all you got to do. All right, y'all be blessed on this Good Friday. Y'all just be blessed. Y'all be safe. And